course, we're talking about 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, and Police Abafazi does great work here in the suburb of Steenberg. And of course, the hashtag for today is hashtag 16 days of activism in 349 days. We're now going to go offshore, and we turn our attention away from the Cape to Nottingham. And we're going to be discussing the work being conducted by the Nottingham Muslim Women's Network, and online is Asghar, active well-being outreach and worker and community campaign officer at Nottingham Muslim Women's Network. Asghar, assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Newsbeat.
Wa alaikum assalam, and thank you for having me.
It's interesting, in South Africa, I'm sure you're aware, GBV has been described by a president as a pandemic. It's a serious problem we have here. Okay, we had 300 years of colonialism and 46 years of apartheid goes into that mix. So we have a fairly traumatized society, and we haven't come to terms with many things historically. But let's turn to Nottingham. Do you face similar problems, or what are your challenges?
I think in Nottingham City itself, I mean, everyone's dealing with challenges and difficulties in their own way and forms. To say that no society or no country or town is dealing with its own kind of pandemic or issues would be incorrect to say. However, I think within Nottingham City itself, we are working towards trying to unite together and fight or promote and make awareness of what is need to be brought to light, and try to get more awareness in general public, whether it's at a local level or national, or a more external sort of approach. So yes, we are facing different challenges, and what we try to do as a Nottingham Muslim organisation, the whole point of our organisation itself, it is to work and create a real positive change by building bridges and those gaps between the experience, views, and also the community members themselves. So this could be working with professionals, policymakers, or just generally giving the community the insight, information, and sort of building the bridges between the two. I mean, obviously, with all our work, we always work to have provide more connection within the community members and shine light on the critical issues that they face, whether it's hate crime, domestic violence, gender discrimination, and also I also look into building the bridges between the sport industry as well, because I do find that a lot of people don't realise how we can use that to navigate a lot of messages and, a lot of positive going back into the community, and how it has a major role when promoting and advocating what we stand for.
Yeah, sport is a message. I know that Nottingham has a famous football team that defeated Manchester United. My producer is a Man United supporter. So sort of just as a footnote to the interview. No, he's throwing the headphones on the desk now. Shame. All right. The Manchester United thing haunts him wherever he goes. But on a more serious note, I'm sure everybody would agree that I'm curious to see that you say that sport could be used as a message. So do you focus on sort of iconic figures to give across a message, or do you work through clubs at that level?
I think we as a Nottingham Muslim Women Network, we kind of work more because we're a community-based sort of charity, and we work both as a community level. So we engage with communities to see what they actually want. So what is it that, that they feel that there's barriers in getting access to, and, kind of the restrictions that they find they may feel due to not having a safe space, or, the financial difficulties and so on. So I'll kind of work with existing organisations that we work and collaborate together, for example, the Trent cricket, women in tandem with cycling. We are also working with Notts County football and the football industry in itself, and trying to make it more sort of inclusive and equal access to all. So we kind of building the bridges on different levels. So whether it's grassroots going the way up to more professional clubs and see how they can make their sessions more inclusive, and just giving them the insight that they require to make it more accessible and equality when it comes to sport in itself, and how they can use it to adapt the sessions and make it more accessible.
One of the problems that we have in South Africa is that we have single parent families, and that plays a lot into the family violence scenario. Do you have that same kind of problem as well? Is it as big as it is in South Africa?
Thing is, we have a lot of single parents here as well, to be honest, that come with their own challenges, they may be suffering and having trauma of some form. So, I mean, yes, we do come across cases where women are unfortunately the victims of abuse of some form. And what we try to do as an organisation is to empower these women and girls, and just try to challenge their attitudes and try to see how we can provide services, or if we can't, how we can signpost them to someone who can help them to get out of that sort of vicious circle that they may be experiencing, or how we can adapt some of their daily choices and decisions if it helps. So, and that's where we've kind of, we offer loads of courses. So we offer a lot of like English courses, like, that could help them, empowering them. We also do a lot of health and awareness courses. We do a lot of, like I said, a lot of the time we do physical activities, which, surprisingly people don't seem to, kind of understand that has a major impact as well on physical, but also on the mental well-being. And it kind of gives them the self-esteem and confidence to say, right, I can now do something, I can make something. And an example I would give would be a lady that actually was suffering a form of trauma and abuse, and she just came to our cycling sessions just to get out, to be honest. And then when she started, we provide the bikes, obviously, because we knew there's financial restrictions, being a single parent, and also storage and all the other barriers. So we kind of try to make it so it's accessible for them. But, her coming to these sessions, as well, it was a physical sort of contribution to her well-being. Mentally, it helped her achieve something that she thought she couldn't. And I think once she actually learned how to cycle, she was, it was just a spiral kind of thing. It kind of led her to go to an English course, which led her to do voluntary work, which actually led her to actually get in work. And it kind of had a ripple effect on her. And, sometimes we underestimate how these little things of, like a helping hand can help so much in someone's life and how it can impact them. So, as an organisation, we provide a lot of programs, courses, and like physical activities and awareness services that can help women to empower themselves and develop themselves, and also give them the confidence to, get out of the situation that they may be suffering and going through at the moment. Because sometimes these women actually don't know that they're the victims, and that what they're going through is not normality, and it's just making them aware of it.
100%. In fact, I say you sort of predicted my next question, and you saved me a lot of airtime. But unfortunately, we have to leave it there in terms of a success story. Asghar, our special guest, Muslim Women's Network from Nottingham, all the way in the United Kingdom, and she's the active well-being outreach worker, community campaign officer. Asia, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for doing this awareness that is much needed. Thank you.